music. The playlist is called It's Time to Lead in Love. Grab yourself any kind of blanket or towel. We'll need that later. And grab yourself a strap. Of course, if you don't have a strap, a scarf, anything like that will do. And then find a seat. Stretch your arms to the sky. Take your hands a little wide of your shoulders and make cups with your hands. Take a normal full breath in. Let it go through an open mouth. And then let's move into a round of Kapalabhati using the belly as the pump. So each time you exhale, the navel draws back towards your spine. A round of 100, begin. Exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, reach up. Hold your breath, hook your thumbs, spread out your fingers. Gently pull at your thumbs and let the breath feel full all the way to the top. Exhale, release, let that go. For a moment, release your hands to your lap. Breath in, breath out. And then reach your arms to the sky, reach across and hold your opposite elbows. Just one full round of the breath of the seasons. So as you inhale, to the count of 4, let the breath run up the front. 3, 2, hold the breath in at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down your back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath out of the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in, reach up. And exhale, release your hands, open your eyes. All right, so grab whatever it is that you're using for a strap. You can start your playlist now. And then take your arms wide. A little bit wider than your shoulders. And then go behind yourself. And the idea is to keep your arms straight, your torso as sturdy as you can, your head right on top. And then you can start to notice, right? Maybe one shoulder wants to dodge, your head wants to cock to the side or pigeon its way forward. Can you keep your head right on top? And just go backwards and forwards. And if you think of this like flossing, right? You're getting in there and you're getting all this stuff out. And if one shoulder wants to dip, for this next one, let's pause in the sticky spot. Find it. Maybe close your eyes so you can really feel what's happening. And in that sticky spot, try to get it unstuck. Send the breath in. Make some space. And then finish it by going behind yourself all the way. And then back up to the sky and down and forward. All right. Open your eyes, set your strap to the side. All right. So like you're in a choir, your hands, hook your thumbs, hook your fingers, but then do that behind your head and really make contact. Your elbows straight out to the side. Start to make some circles around. And the idea is not that the head is pressing the arms or vice versa, but that your hands and head are moving together. Keep circling around your ribs. And then just pause and switch the direction of the hands. So the other hand is in front, and switch the direction of your circle. And then finally come back to center and release. Come to your hands and knees. From your tabletop, set your hands clearly underneath of your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, hips back to your heels. Reach forward out through your rib cage. Reach forward out through your fingers. Get as long as you can without necessarily doing a back bend, more of a lengthening of the torso. And then just rest your head right between your arms. Maybe you can reach a little bit more of that last bit of space. And then as you inhale, round your way up into a cat pose, just sliding your hands underneath of your shoulders and hold your cat pose. Sense that you're rounding your shoulders off of your back, pressing your shoulder blades towards the sky like a little hot air balloon that you're filling up. And then bring the belly back to neutral, but keep the roundness of your shoulders. And now let's move just from the arms. Shoulder blades onto the back, right? So think of it like a shrug. Keep the belly in, and then push away so that it's happening in the upper back. And then shoulder blades onto your back. And then press away. And one more time, shoulder blades onto your back. And press away. And then come back to center and walk your knees back. Lower your elbows down to the ground. Bring your palms together. Come into a dolphin pose. Curl your toes under and step your feet to the wide edges of your mat. Bend your knees and bring your knees as wide as your toes. Keep pressing your elbows, your palms, your fingers down into the earth. And then just straighten your right leg so your heel reaches towards the ground. As you reach your right heel to the ground, lift your seat up. And then switch, bend your right knee, stretch your left heel towards the earth. And then lift your seat up. And then bend both of your knees. Take your seat nice and high. And walk your feet back into forearm plank. From your forearm plank, slowly lower your thighs. Lower your knees, lower your toenails to the earth. Keep your elbows on the ground and then plug in, pull your heart through. As you pull your heart through, lean your left ear over towards your left shoulder. And then keep moving it around. So you're finding some space on the right side of your throat, the right side of your neck. And then switch. All the while, you're pressing your elbows down into the ground to keep some space between your shoulders and your ears. You're reaching your tail back to keep some space in your low back. And then come back to center. Curl your toes under. Come back into your forearm plank. From your forearm plank, lower your knees down to the ground. Walk your knees in. And then take it into an anahata, lifting your hands up towards the sky. And then can you stack your knees underneath of your hips? Keep your elbows as close to your cheeks as possible. Your fingers are pointing to the sky like a steeple, or maybe start to reach your fingertips towards your shoulder blades for more. Come on back up. Separate your hands. Curl your toes under. Walk it into a second dolphin pose, this time with feet hips width. Keep a nice big bend in your knees so your head remains free, your neck can still dangle. And then as you inhale, come up to plank pose. Hold your plank. And then take it to a dog, hips up and back. Walk out your dog, hand, hand, and foot, foot. And then rise onto your tiptoes, wave it forward to a plank pose. As you exhale, leading with your seat, take your hips up and back to a dog. Inhale, wave it forward, plank pose. Exhale, wave it back. Lead with your seat. One more time, wave it forward, plank. And then take it up and back, downward facing. Inhale, rise up to your tippy toes. Press the ground away with your hands. Tiptoe to the top of the mat. Staying as high as you can on the balls of your feet for as long as you can. And then simply lower your heels to earth. Bring your hands behind your calves. Point your fingertips towards your heels. Look forward like you're going to dive off the front of your mat. Get more length in your spine. Shift more weight into the balls of the feet. And then fold. On your next inhalation, lift your hands onto your hips, your elbows to the sky. Bend your knees so your Utkatasana legs look forward. And then rise all the way up. Take your arms to the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, take a breath. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step your left leg back, straight leg lunge. Take your arms out for a moment wide. Right? And then set your right hand directly next to your right foot. If possible, flip it around. And circle your knee in your collarbone. And so as you're circling your knee, you're starting to bring a little warmth and movement into your right hand, your right wrist. Switch the direction of your circles. And then pause. Keeping this orientation of the hand, just turn it, bring it to the inside of your foot rather. Turn your left toes out, about 45. And now look forward. Think that your right knee is pressing into your right shoulder to really hold your ground. Your left hand comes to your back. You keep looking forward. You keep looking out. Find a little bit of the back bend in the upper back. And then turn around yourself into your twist. Take your left hand high. Can you spin your palm to face your cheek? So you get the expanse through both collarbones now. And then add a nice easy half bind, left arm behind your back. As you inhale, straighten your right leg. Come up to your right fingertips for your Trikonasana. And keep reaching forward through the crown. Press down into the gas pedal of your right foot as you draw your right hip back. And now again, find your twist with that little bit of an upper back bend. Take your left hand high for triangle. As you inhale, rise straight up. Both arms out. As you exhale, bend your front knee. As you inhale, spin onto the ball of your back foot. Take your left arm to the sky. Crisscross your wrists at the top. Bring your palms together. Get nice and juicy in the legs, a little earthy in the legs. And then just lean over to the right. Rise back up to center. Place your hands down onto your knees. One hand on top of the other, right on top of the knee. And slowly lower your left knee to the ground. Lower your left toenails to the ground and straighten your arms so that we're using this as leverage. As you press your hands down into your knee, press your knee in a way into your hands to lift your heart. Reach your arms to the sky for a breath. And then as you exhale, curl your back toes. Bring your belly onto your thighs. Keep looking forward. Shift your weight back to Ardha Hanuman. Right toes go up. Keep looking forward as you step your weight back into your right foot. Plank pose, keep looking forward. Keep looking forward as you shift onto your left hand, left foot, side plank. Keep looking out as you take your right arm over. Really challenge it. We're leading today with the vision. So the drishti is out. And maybe go around. Maybe lean back. Oh yeah, it's super challenging. 3, 2, if you lose it, just come right back. Plank pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Rise to your tiptoes, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Cultivate this action, this work of pressing your hands into the earth, like you're digging in to really good fertile soil, and then fold into yourself. Inhale your hands to your hips. Exhale, look forward. Inhale, rise up, reach up, take a breath. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, take a breath in. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your right leg back, straight leg lunge. Look forward. And then set your left hand directly next to your left foot. Maybe flip it around. And make some circles with your left knee. Going in and around your collarbone. And then switch the direction of your circles. And then pause your circle and slide your hand to the inside of your foot. Keep looking forward. Turn your right toes out to the right, about 45. Using this left knee, kind of like a sentry, right? They're holding the gate, holding it shut. Bring your right hand onto your back. Keep looking forward. Keep looking forward. Now turn it open. If and when you're ready, take your right arm to the sky. Spin your palm open. You feel how spacious you are? Wrap your right arm behind your back, find your half lines, and then straighten your bottom leg. Just come up to your fingertips and let this left shoulder live where it naturally wants to live. Come out, come out. Keep holding your ground, but come out. See what's out there for you, and then turn it open. Take your right arm high. Strong legs, strong feet. Pull your feet in, rise up. Exhale to 2. Inhale, spin to the ball of your back foot, both arms to the sky. Crisscross your wrists, bring your palms together, and lean over to the left. Inhale, rise back up. Place your hands down on your knees. Underneath. Lower your right knee to the earth. Your perfectionist in me. The perfectionist in me went somewhere else. She had to. Take your arms to the sky. And then keep looking forward as you bring your belly onto your thighs. Did you get it, girl? Curl your back toes, keep looking forward, shift your weight back. And then keep looking forward as you step into your left foot. Place your hands, plank pose. Keep looking forward as you come onto your right foot. Right hand, take your left arm over. Keep looking out. And then follow your hand around. Every time I do this, it feels like it gets a little bit easier in some ways, but then holy moly, way harder in others. 3, 2, plank pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, roll it forward plank. Exhale, knees to earth. Curl your toes, chest to earth, chin to earth, hold. Squeeze your hands towards your knees towards your hands. Find a little bit of a back bend in the upper back. Pull your heart through just a little bit more. And then leading with your tail, slide through to upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Separate your feet hips width. Come to an Utkatasana, arms to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart. Add a twist to your right, hooking your left elbow inside. Split your hands. Keep your seat where it is. Come forward through your chest and turn. Exhale, fold, let it go. Take a Padangustasana, take a yoga toe grip. Wrap your thumb, come forward, dive over the edge, and then fold in, laying your upper on your lower. And let that benevolent resistance, that gentle rise, the lift of your hands in dialogue with the press down of the big toe, really start to create some space across the shoulders, across the back of the legs. Don't lose contact. As you inhale, look forward. Straighten your arms. Keep your arms straight. Bend your knees. Keep looking forward. Now you get a little bit across your chest. Hands to your hips. Exhale, rise to stand. Reach your arms up, take a breath. Come back to your Utkatasana. Hands to your heart, second twist, hooking your right elbow inside. Split your hands. Exhale, fold in half. And now take it to Padahastasana. Stand on your hands. Toes all the way to your wrists. Okay, so you can stay where you are. This is great. Or let's take it on a walk. Just walk around. Walk backwards. Walk forwards. Turn to face the side of your mat. Walk to the side. Walk around. Go the other way. Come back to the top of your mat, still standing on your feet. Now, lift and lengthen, dive over the front. Stay with it, 3. 2. Fold in. Slide your hands out from underneath, different transition. Press your feet down into the earth as you roll up. You should feel your legs get sturdy, your belly is getting sturdy. And reach your arms to the sky, take a breath. Exhale your hands to your heart. Feet together. Hands by your sides. Bend your knees as deeply as you can, keeping your heart up. As deeply as you can, keeping your heart up. And then reach your arms out in front of you. Come up onto your tippy toes. Lower your hips all the way down to your heels.
And then shift your hips back, take it to a crow pose, Bakasana. And so use what we've been working on. Press your hands down into the earth, pick up your feet, and really make space under your belly. A little hot air balloon. 3, 2, yogic squat, put your feet down. Put your hips down, pick up your feet, Navasana, boat pose. If you're following along with this playlist, don't worry, don't be happy just came on. You gotta rock it out a little bit. Be happy. If you want more, reach your arms to the sky, reach your toes to the sky. 3, 2, and then hold on to the back of your knees, lower yourself down. All right. So you're here, place your hands on your knees, straighten your arms, bring your knees and ankles to 90. Give a little resistance. Push into the hands, press into the knees. Keeping this flex of the toes, heels to earth, and then lift back up, tap. And then heels to earth, and then tap. One more time, heels to earth, and tap. All right, if you've got a block, you may want to grab it. If you don't, no big deal. But if you have it, place it between your knees. Bring your arms out into a cactus. Lower your knees halfway over to the right and squeeze the bottom leg up to the top. Press your left elbow to the ground and draw your belly back. And then come on back to center and take your knees halfway to the left. Squeeze your knees in, draw your belly back, press your right elbow down. And then when you're done, come on back to center, or we're done, come on back to center, reach your feet to the sky. You can keep your block. So we're gonna add some pieces. Using the strength of your low belly, lift your hips up an inch or two, bump them to the left, and pause. Tack your left hip forward, and then bring your knees, your feet over to the right halfway. Keep pressing your left elbow tip down, and now imagine that you're turning your insides from right to center. Gets a little shaky, and then back to center, and bring your hips back where they started. Using the strength of the low belly, bump your hips over to the right an inch or two, pause right there, tack your right hip forward. So you've got space from right armpit to right hip. Feet halfway over to the left. Squeeze it. Press your right elbow tip down. Think that you're turning your insides, your organs, left to center. 3, 2, back to center. Even with your hips, and then place your feet down on the ground. Set your hands, elbows in robot position. Come up to a bridge pose. Keep pressing down into your feet, and now work your shoulders underneath. Interlace your fingers. And imagine that you're gathering the breath up, up, up from the legs, all the way up to your chest. Three, 2, 1, exhale, lower all the way down. Shoulders out, hands out. If you have a block, set it to the side. Gather your knees into your chest. Use the strength of your low belly to lift your head, shoulders, your hips, everything, in fact, gathers in. And then start to rock yourself backwards and forward. Can you lift your seat? And back. And lift your seat. And one more time, just to a low little squat, feet together, knees together, hands to your heart, take a breath. As you exhale, twist to your right. Hook your armpit across. And then from your twist, just look down if it helps. Shift your weight back into your heels. Boop. And there you are, your Utkatasana. Can you split your hands? Spin the palm open. Okay, look down again. Bring your hands together. Find chair pose, fierce pose, center. Rise all the way to stand. Bring your hands to your heart. Going into dancer, standing on your left foot. So bend your right knee, reach back and hold your foot. If you can, hold your inside of the foot. We're going to start with the left arm forward, straight out. Kick as you reach as you kick. Okay, now keep coming forward through the chest. Can you bring your left hand either to your hip, bring the left hip back, or even behind your back, and keep rotting through your left collarbone as you kick. Let's take it to revolve Trikonasana. Step your right foot back. Take your right arm to the sky. Take a breath. As you exhale, bring it across. Come forward through the crown, but hold the ground in your right heel, and then find your twist. Exhale, fold, let it go. Spin onto the ball of your back foot. Step to a standing split. Fold in. Walking your fingers more and more in line with your left foot. And then gently, gently lower the right foot to meet the left foot. Come right back down into your low squat. So now we're taking our twist to the other direction. You're twisting to the left. Hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring it across. And then shift your way back into your heels. Utkatasana. Split your hands, if possible. Spin your palm open. Good. Look down as you bring your hands together. Find your chair pose to center. Reach up. Strong legs, stand up. Hands to your heart. Dancer pose, standing on your right foot. Reach back, hold your inner left foot. Your right arm goes forward for the moment. And then as you kick, you reach. It's just like you're sliding this right hand across the counter. And then keep tacking the right hip back. You can use your hand at your hip. You might find that you're having to bend your standing leg. That's totally okay. Maybe wrap your arm behind your back. Give yourself more of the right collarbone. 3, 2. Step your left foot back for revolve Trikonasana. Exhale, take the left hand across without losing the ground of your left heel. And turn it open. These warrior poses are always an exploration, right? When do I step out too far? And when do I not step out enough? It's hard to find that middle ground. And then let go. Step into your right foot. Take it to a standing split. Fold over. Walk your fingers more and more in line with your right foot. Keep lifting the left foot up. And then gently, 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 left foot to meet your right foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen, take a breath. Exhale, fold in half. Come on back down into your squat. And then lower your knees down to the ground. Okay. So working a Lolasana, think about the rounded shape that you've been making in your back, like you're pressing away. So take your hands straight out in front of you, right? 2 stop signs, and really press away so that you're drawing your belly back. Feel how your shoulder blades feel like wings coming from behind you, right? Keep that as you place your hands down. Lift your hips, crisscross and ankle, doesn't matter which one. Keep pressing away from the earth to lift your knees up. Keep pressing away from the earth, draw the belly up, pick up your feet. 3, 2, and then lower it down. Uncross your ankles. Flip your hands around so your fingers face you, and then just rock back and forward and make circles. Maybe they're half circles. Going around the wrist. And then back to center for the second side, right? So we're going to crisscross the other ankle on top. If you can remember.
Set your hands down. Good. Draw the belly in as you press your hands away, right? So those are now, feels like they're moving in the same direction, but to create this action of moving away from the ground. Press, 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 press. Lift. Hold it. 3, 2, and lower it down. Good. Come up to your hands and knees for a moment. Bring the back of your hands onto the earth. Fingers face in. And curl your fingers in, curl your thumbs in, and then open that up. And then curl your fingers in, thumbs in, make a little easy fist. Open it up. And one more time, curl it in and just hold it. Take both hands out a little bit further. And then roll up so you're making 2 fists on the earth. Press your knuckles down into the ground. Stay there. Cat and cow. Take a breath. Heart forward. As you exhale, round your back. Inhale, take your heart forward. Stay on the fist. Exhale, round your back. One more time. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale as you round your back. Come on back to center. Set your palms down. Step to plank pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, wave it to plank. Exhale, right elbow, left elbow, forearm plank. Breath in, breath out. Take a breath in. Exhale, right hand, left hand, plank pose. Breath in. Left elbow, right elbow, forearm plank. Left hand, right hand plank. Downward facing dog, press the ground away. Inhale, bend your knees, lunge your right foot forward. Spin your left toes to the left, keep a long stance, so 45 in the back foot. As you inhale, sweep the arms behind you. Exhale, draw the belly in. And then inhale, reach all the way up, take a breath in. As you exhale, let's add your twist, bring your hands to your heart, twisting across. Can you keep your back heel down? So as you're drawing your right hip back, as you're pressing your left heel back, reach through your crown. Even imagine growing your right toes. Turn. And then simply for this one, let it go. Set your hands down. Step it back, downward facing. Cleansing breath between sides. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale out through an open mouth. Step your left foot forward. Turn your right toes out. Get solid in your feet, as solid as you can. Take a breath, reach your arms back behind you. As you exhale, draw the belly and squeeze your feet in. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale your hands to your heart. Add your twist to your left, hooking your right armpit across. All right, so can you feel that your legs are helping you to create the space, the spread? The right hip comes over, which allows the left hip to come back. The left hip comes back, which allows the left shoulder to come out. And the right heart, the right lung come around, right side of the heart. As you exhale, let it go. Set your hands down, step it back, downward facing. Lower your knees down to the earth. Okay, so this is where you absolutely do not have to have a blanket, but if you do, we're going to use this to make a little space in the low back. So whatever you have, your towel, can you just roll it up so it looks like a Taco Bell gordita, right? Or a Chipotle burrito. Really big. And then you're going to put this under your belly. Your pelvis, your hip bones, and your thighs are going to be wrapped towards the earth. I'll scoot up a little so you can see. Stretch your toes back. So you're starting off in a Sphinx pose.
Then bring your palms together so your elbows are right underneath of your shoulders. Plug into your hands, so pull back and start to lengthen your tailbone back, your belly in and back. Your heart keeps coming forward. Can you straighten your arms just a little bit more? And then maybe hold that and take your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Press the heels of your hands together. Reach back for your locust. Your feet will stay on the ground. Your legs will stay on the ground. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back around. Sphinx pose. Breath in, breath out. We're going to take a little counter. Take a breath, heart forward. Keep pressing your toes down. As you exhale, just press down into the ground. Look back at your toes. Hips up. And then come right back down. Keep the strength of the belly. And we're coming at it one more time with the option to take it farther. So palms together, plug in, straighten a little bit more. Plug into the hands and even pull your hands back so your heart is coming forward. Maybe, same as before, interlace your hands, but think least habitual grip. Or take it to Dhanurasana. The knees are going to stay on the earth. Bend your knees. Kick both feet back. Easy and gentle. Re-extend, easy on the slingshot. Put your hands down. Press to tabletop. And then move your blanket. Bring your hands down, bring your elbows down for your dolphin. If you're taking it to Pincha Mayurasana, step one foot in a little. Take the other leg to the sky. Now give yourself a nice advantage. Rise as high as you can onto the ball of the standing foot. So you shift your weight. And now, maybe it's just a little tip. That feels pretty good. Reach both feet to the sky. And then come on down. One leg. Other leg. Full balasana. Arms by your sides. Child's pose. Eyes to knees. Rounded. Roll up your spine. Legs out in front of you. And then come on down onto your back, setting up for an Urdhva Dhanurasana. So if that's not in your haha wheelhouse, bridge pose again, set something underneath of your hips, work something else. If you're coming with me, set your hands, set your feet. Number 1 of 3. That's our roadmap. 3. Come on up. 8. Use your legs. 7. And then spin the shoulders so that you're really bringing the wings from behind you. We're at 5. 4. Let it build. Let it grow. 3. 2. Exhale. Come on down. Can you just feel what you've made? Without changing anything, really exist in it. Perhaps just take constructive rest, knees together, feet wide. Let it get a little racy. Number 2, set your hands, set your feet. Spin the shoulders from behind. And then exhale. Come on down, same thing. Constructive rest. Okay, friends. I'm going to add one more option. If you'd like to see what that looks like, just roll to your side gently. Come on up, okay? If you've got a big bun, you're going to want to take that out. We're going to come into forearm wheel pose, right? The idea is when we're here, we're going to want to make sure the elbows are close. So when you get up there, if they're out here, it's not going to feel real good, okay? So just remember that. It'll look like this. So, reach your arms straight up to the sky, palms face you, thumbs out. Bring your hands onto your shoulder blades so my palms are holding my shoulder blades like a platter. You're going to press down into your feet, lift your hips, lift your shoulders just enough to bring your palms together, and then come the rest of the way. Get your head out of the way, walk your feet in, and then get your head off the earth. Use your legs. Maybe even lift onto the balls of your feet for a second. Really propel yourself into your heart, and then slowly lower the heels. Stay with it. And then to come back down, just turn the palms back up and come down exactly the same way you started. Last time, constructive rest. Take the arms to a place that's comfortable. Windshield wiper the knees right and left. And then stretch your heels straight out in front of you, as though there's nothing to fix because nothing is broken. Reach, reach, reach your legs out. Reach your arms back. Flip your palms to the sky. Feel the support of the earth underneath of you. Take a big full breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Rest into it. Let the breath get a little bit more subtle. And then gather your left knee into your chest into Apanasana. Take it across to your right, bumping your hips a little bit over to the left so that you can be on the side of your hip. And then reach your left arm, for the moment, reach your left arm back next to your ear. Reach out for your right heel. So you're creating, in a way, this length across the diagonal of yourself. And then bend your elbow out into a cactus. And can you widen your right elbow to its own side, your right shoulder? And then simply stay here and slide the right leg up to meet the other one. So you're in your Gomukhasana, your eagle legs rather. Different animal entirely. And then when you unwind, come onto the back right into a figure 4. You can pick up your right leg. Stay in your figure 4 or take a little further, slide your left foot all the way to your right hip crease. Release your right leg to the ground and let's take a half lotus. So easy, just allow the left knee to come down and forward. Keep holding onto this foot. And then bring your left knee back to where it started in Apanasana.
and extend it onto the earth. Breath in, breath out. Switch. Gather your right knee to your chest. And then bump your hips over to the right as you take your knee to the left. And reach your right arm next to your right ear. Extend long through your left heel. And then sweep the right arm out to a cactus. Wiggle and scooch your left elbow, left shoulder to their own side. If and when you're ready, eagle your legs. And then come onto your back for your figure four. Your right ankle will stay right at your knee. Pick up your left leg. Stay here in your figure four, or take it to your half lotus, left leg to earth. Keep your right heel as close into your hip crease as you can, and just ask the right knee to come down and forward. Romance it forward. And then gather your right knee back into your chest. Exhale, release it to the earth. And start some ankle rocks, toes forward and back, so that you're rocking on your heels. Let that rock your sacrum. Let that rock your shoulders. Don't stop moving. Just keep rocking. And let the breath come in and out. Natural long breaths. And rock. And rock. And rock. And then finally pause. And if you want to gather your knees to your chest one more time, bring yourself in, wrap your arms around your legs. And then meet me in Shavasana. I'm going to offer this as an invitation, and of course you can always say no to the invitation, but students have been saying that because we're online, they're skipping Shavasana because there's nobody really holding them accountable to it. So consider this, you being held accountable. Rest. It's time for us to come back. Deepen your breath. And as you start to invite movement back into your hands and your feet, and the muscles of your face, your breath, decide where you need to take up more space. And then gather your knees into your chest and make your way to a seat. Rest your hands on your legs, maybe even palms up. When you go outside right now, everywhere the trees are starting to bloom, at least they are here in Baltimore. And so imagine a little bud right at the base of the skull, right at the occiput. And as the bud begins to get bigger and begins to blossom, right, imagine the petals going down the back of the neck, across the back of your head. So there's a spaciousness at the back of your neck. Now soften your jaw. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Let your eyes rest back. You have these deep recesses like pools. Let your eyes just rest back in those pools. And then bring your hands to your heart, and we'll seal our practice this morning in song. The sound of a single Om. Take a breath, inhale. Om.